Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the Galaxy Junkyard. And today we are watching the first Hasbro Pulse live stream of 2024. I'm excited. Are you excited? Oh, the figures that Hasbro is probably going to provide us this year. I do not know. I have avoided Twitter, I've avoided Instagram, I've avoided TikTok, I've avoided YouTube because chances are they're gonna be spoiled for me, and I don't want to take it. Like, I literally went to YouTube, went to the search bar, and I actually dragged the window down and hit the search bar and took, like, I knew Hasbro would come up first. I was like super careful not to. I'm not seeing any of these. I want to be, this is first reactions, and we're gonna be open and positive as our per usual standard. But just because we don't like things, that doesn't make us completely negative. We're staying positive though, because Hasbro's going to provide us some really cool figures this year. And, there's so many in the pipeline that, still have to come. But I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are excited. Let's see what they get us. Drop a comment down below if you, let me know which figure you want to see. What are you hoping? Vintage collection, retro, Black Series, what is it? Where do you want to see it? I personally think that the vintage and Black Series should always be getting the same figures personally. That way there's no argument about, oh, well, they got this character, that character, but that's a whole nother story. Let's check out this live stream and see just what Hasbro brings in 2024. Okay, per usual, I've skipped like the first 15 minutes of the live stream because it's just their opening intro flashing stuff. So we have come to the introduction of the team. So we have Chris, Jing, Emily, and Eric per the standard team usually. So we're getting familiar with these guys. Hopefully they bring the goods. I'm super excited actually. I'm sure there's just something. I feel it. I'm feeling positive about this.
Can't believe it's 2024 already. It's been crazy. 2023 was an amazing year, but it flew by way too quickly.
It really did fly.
But we wanted to make sure we have some great reveals for you guys in 24 as well. So starting today, let's just quickly recap what happened at the end of the year. Lucasfilm had a Gift the Galaxy program where there were reveals and highlights of Star Wars toys and other holiday items. Hasbro had a few great reveals tied to that program as well. So here's a quick recap of the items that were dropped since we last chatted, so November and December.
That's right. And for the vintage collection, we had troop building packs of Phase 2 clones. And so a 4-pack of the Phase 2 clones with a new clone body, including a 332nd Ahsoka Loyalist and a 501st Legion Trooper, among 2 other basic white clone troops. So these also included a newly tooled interchangeable Phase 2 helmet.
And similarly for Black Series, we had a 2-pack of clones from Ahsoka, also with Phase 2 332nd Ahsoka Loyalist Clone Trooper, as well as a Phase 1 Clone Trooper Lieutenant. Both with removable helmets and 2 weapons, their iconic DC-15S Blaster Carbine and the DC-15A Blaster Rifles, for a total of 4 weapons between the 2 figures. Nice. And all of this is on the new clone body as well.
Yeah, great to get clones in both TBC and Black Series. Like, exactly. That's really awesome. Yeah. So in December, we also had a little theme going.
Which again is my point of release the same figures in both Black Series and the vintage. Makes it so much easier for us collectors. Trust me. The arguments are quite rampant there.
I think everybody probably saw this. Celebrating the prequels. As we talked about last year, 2024 is the 25th anniversary of Star Wars: The Phantom Menace and the start of the prequels.
I'm old.
So we're going to take the opportunity to celebrate the whole trilogy of prequels. The reveals in December were all tied to those. Quickly recapping them, starting with the retro collection, a 6-pack of retro figures. It's our first time extending the retro collection into the prequels. The prequels pack covers some of those quintessential Episode 1 characters. Hero Jedi, including Obi-Wan and his Padawan braid, his Master Qui-Gon in the Jedi robe, of course Darth Maul. Really fun to simplify that all that face deco down as Kenner might have back in the day. So other than Darth Maul, we've got the Battle Droid and Jar Jar. I mean, those two just fit right in with classic Kenner droids and aliens. And of course, Queen Amidala herself in what's probably the most iconic costume of Episode 1. So
still
all
in a
key
Black
characters
Series of that.
we didn't want to miss out on.
And for the Vintage Collection, we revealed Deluxe Jango Fett. So this is also a key prequels character to get out. We all know the amazing history of Jango Fett. This is that Mandalorian who was so cool they had to base an entire clone army off of him. And he has this fully painted silver armor that's been sprayed all over in silver metallics. He had fun really building his port in his forearm for his flamethrower effect to plug into. That was some of the fun we had. And of course, flame jet effects for his jetpack. And he has, as well, some of the best jetpack scenes in the prequels, I think.
Yeah, those are good.
And finally, for the Black Series, we had a 2-pack of the Super Battle Droid and the Battle Droid from Episode 2. So true to the movie, Star Wars Attack of the Clones, we have C-3PO head on the Battle Droid, and just a really fun execution of the pack that we hope that the fans appreciated, as well as the
Yeah, you guys appreciated it, except for one little detail. And I was okay with it not being there, but a lot of people were very upset that there was no regular Battle Droid head that they could just switch out. Personally, I thought the whole point was to get you the C-3PO head, and so, you know, I didn't care. I thought it was cool. I thought it captured the scene. But I know a lot of collectors were very upset with the head not being. I want to say it was Yak Face that made it like custom mock thing that showed like just an accessory set that was multiple heads. I could be wrong on that. I didn't go find it, but for this video, I probably should have. Could insert it later because, you know, editing later, but it's fine.
Super Battle Droid, this one has unique deco, which is specific to the droid that falls on top of C-3PO in the movie, with the blast scorch mark on his back. So just really great to be able to finally get the Super Battle Droid out there, especially this one with the unique deco.
Yeah, I like how we went that detailed to be like, that droid that fell.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure that this one was
that
it's a very specific pack with the head swap and everything. Yeah,
yep. So fans can
whole iconic
use these two figures to build out that scene, basically. So it's really good.
Yeah, so that's it just for a quick recap. It was a great way to end the year. So moving on to new reveals today, we have items from both Vintage and Black Series. We have a few reveals today because we wanted to start off the year easy. Just want to share some of the news in the new year with the fan base. But trust me, there's a lot coming in the coming months. So before we get started into the new reveals,
everybody at this point, I'm sure in the comments section is going, "Oh, we need more. Send us more."
Just did want to take a quick moment to talk about Fan Channel. We've had items in Fan Channel for a while, but you can see us being even more focused in 2024. We know distribution is...
So what you're telling me is we're not going to have the whole, this is the fan, what every fan wanted in the Vintage Collection. Here's Director Krennic again. You guys are paying attention this time. Okay. No. I'm sure it's going to go well.
Always top of mind for our fans. We want to be clear on where you can find our items, where we're still delivering strong figures in our great brick and mortar partners like Target and Walmart, especially for characters kids and casual fans will recognize. We also know there are requests for figures that our fans are particularly interested in that make more sense in Fan Channel.
And a really good example of that was the Vintage Collection's Count Dooku, which was a top demanded figure for the community of fans.
Yeah, that's a great example. And in certain markets, Fan Channel is the focus or where you can find your toy Star Wars products. So we definitely want to share what this means in your market. So putting it here now on the screen, you'll see a bit more detail on what Fan Channel is in the different markets. This is just a representation, hopefully giving fans more visibility on the types of retailers to look for in their market. And just wanted to show this for more information for the fans.
GameStop.
That's right. So moving on to reveals for today, though, we're going to stay with Black Series to start.
That circle, that was nuts.
We're also sticking with the prequels, and a great place to start is with the Phase 1 clone.
So this figure is on the new clone body. This is the first time that we've had a clean Phase 1 clone trooper.
How old is the new clone body? I'm just curious. I don't know. I don't remember. So it's a release figure, just updated body. Because we've had this figure
offered on the new clone body.
Okay.
He also has that removable helmet, as you can see right there. He also comes with the two blasters.
Still a good
DC
seller,
15S
'cause
blaster
he's a
carbine
clone.
and DC 15A blaster rifle, and just a classic clone to make available for fans. For the packaging, this is number 5 in the Star Wars Attack of the Clones lineup. And again, just really excited to be able to continue building the line for the
that
prequels.
artwork on the side is kind of
and
dope,
it's really
though.
good looking from the side shot on the side art.
I
This
agree.
item is a spring 2024 item.
Chris agrees with Chris.
Fan channel Amazon in the US and Canada, which includes Hasbro Pulse. Fan channel in Asia markets, including Hasbro Pulse, where available. And similarly, fan channel in Europe, including Hasbro Pulse and other toy specialist stores. The pre-order is starting tomorrow, January 24th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time.
I'm sorry, that was Eric
And
talking.
Moving on, one more reveal for the prequels, and it's a big one, quite literally.
Chris usually agrees with
Continuing
Chris.
our droids used by the Trade Federation,
Ooh.
we are revealing
Oh, please be able. I
Droideka.
hope you are.
Yay! Look at that
Yeah,
thing.
finally.
Yeah.
Wow.
He is big.
He's like $50, 60, 50 or 60. Vote now. Oh, we should have done this live. I could do a poll on Twitch and make YouTube go to Twitch, but we didn't. We did it this way. He's I want one. See, Hasbro.
So
Love
we are
you.
just, he is a very different form factor, and he is a brand new figure. Obviously, no real reuse from any of our previous figures. And he's molded in the metallic brown and bronze with a purple overspray to give it that sort of iridescent look that we've seen in the movie.
Yeah, and Eric, you can play with the figure a little bit to give fans a taste of it, but Tom, our
Does
sculptor
he
from
roll
our
to like a
engineering
ball
team,
at
put
all?
a ton of work
Ballish.
to get him to be able to roll up in a ball like we see in entertainment. So it took a lot of engineering, expertise, time, and effort from the team to get him to do that functionality without sacrificing aesthetics. So you can see Eric working with that figure there. It's just really fun to see it happen live.
Yeah, and it's great having all the experience of, I mean, Tom's years of sculpting experience on this, and our engineers, our partners with the factories, all that really has to come together for something like this. So
Yeah, and it was just,
How much
again,
is he?
Tom just did a ton of work. The
Tom, you
entire
did a
team did a ton
great
of work to
job.
make sure that this could get as close as possible to that rolling form that we've come to kind of expect from, obviously, the Droideka. So he has a ton of moving parts. As you can see, he has 3 legs that is able, like he has a joint at the hips and the knees, and he also has the neck articulation, which can slide in and out of that back. He has waist articulation, neck articulation, head, arms. He actually has a sliding piston in his arm, so that when you extend the arm, the piston slides in and out. So just a ton of work went into this. The whole team. This was
I
a
love the
hands-on,
Droidekas.
completely hands-on for this figure to try to get him to function correctly.
Yeah,
Well,
double,
like you
double.
said,
Hold on, I have to stay negative because that's what you guys expect. Where's the shield? It didn't come with a shield. No shield. Not worth it. Nope. Sorry. What? Too much?
Pivot shoulders, everything, yeah.
and like you said, he's big. I mean, I think even looking at the packaging on screen, like people can see that this packaging is even a little deeper than our normal Black Series Deluxe
is.
packaging, just to hold how much awesomeness
50.
there is there.
Exactly, and yeah, he just
50.
has a ton of articulation, and also just looking at the side
GameStop
art,
exclusive,
as you
he's
mentioned
60.
earlier, like it's just a little bit deeper, but the side art has a really cool image to be able to add to your lineup for episode 1.
Yeah, number 4 in
Yeah,
that
this is
lineup,
number
right?
4.
Don't go backwards.
So this is, we're just thrilled to be able to add this item to our collection in part of the prequels. The Droideka is available summer 2024, and he is a fan channel in the US and Canada, which includes Hasbro Pulse, and fan channel in the Asia markets, including Hasbro Pulse where available, and similarly fan channel in Europe, including Hasbro Pulse and other toy specialist stores. All of our pre-orders are the same today. So same here is for our Phase 1 clone. This one is starting tomorrow, January 24th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And moving on to our final Black Series reveal for today, moving into newer shows this time. Ahsoka live action was just amazing to be able to watch
So many
watch on the
choices.
screen.
There's good choices.
We all loved it as fans, and one of the
It's all
most
right.
exciting characters we saw come to live action was Thrawn.
Right. It was just super exciting to see this character in Ahsoka, and really glad to be able to have an updated figure to match that appearance as well.
Yeah.
And he's updated to align with that live action appearance.
Yes.
And you guys did a great job on that. So.
Yeah, so he has an updated likeness, torso, and legs. We wanted to make sure that we captured those iconic red eyes, which come, and he also comes equipped with his blaster as well. This Thrawn is a spring 2025, item, and we're revealing him a little bit early here today, so we actually don't have packaging to be able to share today. So more to come on that when we have that available. He is a mainline item, including Hasbro Pulse in the US, Canada, and Europe, and fan channel in Asia markets, including Hasbro Pulse where available. And again, same on the pre-order details, starting tomorrow, January 24th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time.
Who's going to remember that you pre-ordered a year
out? Well,
out?
that's it for Black Series. Those are some really fun ones. I mean, of course, favorite is Droideka. That was a lot of fun to transform it. Yeah.
I was really excited to finally be able to show him. He's been a long time coming.
Yeah. So that was all great. And there's going to be more Black Series coming later at the end in terms of pipeline news. But that's it for reveals for today. But there's more.
Do we ever get all of the pipelines, or do we just, I don't know. I feel like we need to, somebody needs to go back, and I don't want to do it. So I said somebody needs to go back and pipeline and see what's been in the pipeline and what actually got released, and see how many figures don't ever actually make it out of the pipeline. Because I'm curious, because I know they all didn't. There's no way they've all made it out of the pipeline.
Coming later this year as well, so there's a lot. But moving on to vintage for now, since we're talking about Ahsoka, again, what was great in that show was seeing all the clones show up in live action again. So iconic, so nostalgic. So our first vintage reveal for today, announcing Rex.
Oh.
Obviously, not just any clone, a name in his own right. We're so pleased to bring in an update to this now evergreen character, and Emily's putting him out.
If I don't get a Hayden Christensen looking action figure in his clone armor, I'm gonna be very sad. But Rex is cool.
With that new clone body and updates to all of his details.
That's right. I am so excited for this one. It's a really great update for Captain Rex. He comes with awesome deco details, like the welding lines in his armor and the tick marks across his arms and legs. You might even catch little extra details that we built in, like here in the portrait head, I added kind of a slice in the hair right where he removed his control chip. So we've had a lot of fun with this one. He also comes with his dual blaster pistols with working holsters, and his interchangeable helmet has a swivel down viewfinder. Amazing details for Captain Rex. He's been in so many shows, and every time it's so amazing to see him come back.
Yeah, and this one will be on the Bad Batch card back, and he's looking super cool in the card art as well.
And for our next few reveals for vintage, we have a few quick refreshes to share, just key characters that we think are really worth getting back out there again. And that's always really beneficial to our newcomers to the brand.
This is where it gets bad, folks.
So first up, we are revealing Luke Skywalker in his X-Wing pilot. That's that hero who's always bullseyeing Womp Rats back home, among a couple of other big wins.
Yeah,
just a few big wins for him. And so this one comes in this great pilot suit. He's detailed with the buttons on his chest box.
It's not
all
a bad
the
figure,
amazing
it's just
paint
one
on
that's
his
already
pilot
been
helmet.
out, so it's
always
not exciting.
comes with his trusty blaster pistol. So yeah, just a super classic one to have on shelves.
Right, and the card back for this is the same as that original Kenner release. But one update we did do is to update the location of the small parts warning to the lower part of the card. Like always, we try and stay tuned into what fan feedback is, and we know that iconic Hildebrandt art up there is really important to people, and we wanted to do what we could to get that out. So letting you guys know that we're moving that warning down and clearing up that logo space for you.
That's right. We're looking out for your classic logos. And
so that's on the screen right now, so that you can get a sense of what that looks like visually, since we don't have the card back here, but that was really important to us.
And moving on from classic entertainment to our newer entertainment, we have a few reveals from The Mandalorian. So starting off, this character played a key role in Mando Season 3 and even took command of Moff Gideon's light cruiser, and that is Captain Axe Woves.
Yeah, so Axe has actually come out previously in the line. I remember revealing him previously, but it's great to update him with that interchangeable helmet. He also comes with his jetpack and blaster pistol. So with these images on the screen, a great detail across his armor. It's a refresh of Axe, like we said, but we really wanted to get that helmet update out to fans because we've heard from your feedback and also share this great alternate card back as well. This film out is from the latest scene from The Mandalorian, and it's the moment where he challenges Bo-Katan.
Oh, they're starting some...
Wait. Oh, I didn't listen quick enough. Why was his armor so clean in the picture?
Yeah.
All right, and moving on to our next reveal, of course, with Axe so prominent in Season 3, we also saw a lot of his crew, including his right-hand man, the Mandalorian Fleet Commander. So that's this one. So this guy ended up really cool. He comes with his blaster pistol, his jetpack, and an interchangeable helmet as well with a portrait underneath.
He does look
his
kind of cool.
armor was a little cleaner, more polished. He has the feeling of a higher-ranking Mandalorian
according to the picture,
officer.
so was
and he'll be great to build out your night owls with something that's really differentiated from the other looks. And a quick look at his packaging as well. A great-looking card art for the figure. Sticking with Mandalorians next, the main character this time, we have the Mandalorian.
Oh, look, another Mandalorian. Let's see. Ooh.
Mando himself. We just loved watching the new season as a team. And this one is also a great character to always have on shelf for newcomers to the brand. So this one will come with a new released card back for the new season. And that card back really calls to when he found the mines of Mandalore. He found that planet and he made his way to the living waters.
Yeah, fun fact, this film out is actually a composite. The original film out, he was looking off into the distance with the profile angle of his helmet. And we swapped it with another image of his helmet turned inward, and I think it turned out great. We focus on the details.
Well, and I think that's a nice continuation of how Kenner did things and kind of the evolution. And one of the things we get to bring to this is freshness, even in those card back images.
The holes and everything in the cape.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Even on the back of pack, like you get him with his Darksaber back there, all that stuff. So fun update in general for this guy.
This is the first time we put out Mandalorian as the Mandalorian as a single release with his soft goods cape, making him more accessible for fans because we've heard that is a request is fine as well.
That's right. In the past, we've released with vehicles and larger convention items. So getting that soft goods cape out there to you guys.
Yeah.
That's all right.
And next up, finally with Mandalorian, we have the littlest member of Mando's clan, and that is Grogu. So for him, we're bringing out a new Season 3 pram. Here's our little Grogu. And this comes with a lot of fun bits. So this comes with 3 different hood covers. That's kind of the sliver for when it's almost fully down. And then on the pram here, you can see it half up.
There's little pieces
and
for y'all to
he's post-sitting just to sit within there. So cute. With a transparent stand for display. And then
I find it interesting that this figure in Black Series didn't sell all that well. I never did see it in the vintage collection, so I'm assuming it sold really well. But I constantly saw the Black Series version. Except when it went on clearance and I could actually afford it, for $5. But that's when you all bought them up, apparently. But that was my plan, too. But I feel like this figure, Black Series, didn't sell all that well.
As well, it comes with the full covered hood. And what's nice about that one is the little guy can fit inside and covered with the hood and be all snuggled up in there, protected from all the freaky creatures.
Take a nap. Yeah. He also comes with that chainmail I see over there, too.
That's right. This is the chainmail from Grogu's Choice.
The vintage collection Grogus are just so adorable. They're just so cute.
I'm just a little 20mm guy.
So cute. Let's just turn him around with the arms outstretched. It speaks to my heart. As for packaging, of course, Grogu's looking super cute, as always. The original film out was much more zoomed in on him. So we drew in a lot of the background, again, taking some of those details into the packaging. It's all about the details. All the vintage figures we have seen so far have all the same details, like Eric mentioned, available for vintage, available summer of 2024 in mainline for US, Canada, and Europe, including Hasbro Pulse. Asia Markets is taking all items as fan channel, including Hasbro Pulse.
All messed up, and then he got clean.
Tomorrow, January 24th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time.
All right, we have one more reveal for you today, and it's a big one. As promised, we're sharing the last 2 Ghost crew members from the mural card backs. As you know, thanks again to fans for such amazing support on the Ghost HasLab.
We didn't buy Ghost, but
thriller of a campaign from start to finish.
I still agree. If you bought the Ghost, you should have gotten these 2 for free. I'm sorry.
That vehicle in all 3 tiers and is currently deep in development. So that means we have the Rebel crew members of Hera, Ezra, Kanan, and Zeb all coming with the HasLab on card backs that represent that kind of beautiful mural that was seen in Rebels. But as promised, we wanted to complete the mural collection. So revealing today the last 2 members, Sabine and Chopper.
Ooh. Sabine and Chopper both come on that beautiful mural card art, as you mentioned. And here's your first look at the packaging that now complete the characters from that iconic mural piece, which is poetic, actually, especially since we know that Sabine painted it. Sabine and Chopper also get packed in with an outer package as well, which is a slight nod to the Ghost in the Dio. So if you take a close look, you'll see that too.
Yep. Hovering up there in the background.
So I literally have to buy both of them.
And so let's go through each of these figures, starting with Sabine. And so Sabine is an amazing deluxe figure. This figure comes with a lot of newly sculpted.
That is kind of sad that I have to literally buy Sabine and Chopper together because they were packaging them together. I was hoping they'd still be separate, but oh well, because I really want the Sabine.
Parts. It's almost fully new. And that creates her Rebels Season 3 animation.
Anybody that wants just Chopper, we can go halfsies. Just, you know, hit me up. You know, drop a comment. Hit me up on Twitter, DM me. You know, if you want Chopper but you don't want Sabine, we can go halfsies. We'll talk. Okay.
Costume. And Sabine's deluxe details, her deluxe factor really comes from her upgraded deco. It is amazing. She's just packed with armor details from the owl on her left shoulder pauldron to the checker print on her right.
Right, she's awesome with like so many show colors and stuff. And I love that she also has that orange overspray from her graffiti spilling over onto her gauntlets and boots. Just so many great details from you guys on the team.
She's such a fun one. You can't graffiti up a whole TIE fighter without just getting the spray all over yourself.
Nobody paints your ceiling without getting some spatter on your face.
It's the details.
And she comes with a new interchangeable helmet, which is newly sculpted for a nice proportion to her body. And as well, she'll come with some new accessories that we were so excited to add to her arsenal, including a jetpack, which is painted with that pattern of wings and equipped with a flame effect for the central jet. She also comes with her left arm with a porthole to attach an energy shield effect. Her pair of twin blasters rounded out and they can fit into her working holsters.
Well, and I want to jump back real quick for everybody just to not gloss over what Emily said, an interchangeable helmet on this release of her. I know that's going to be a big question from a lot of people, and this version of Sabine is getting that interchangeable
helmet. It's going to be great, guys, we promise. Yeah. And for Chopper, we've done a new color scheme to match his animated look. So these are little details, but you'll notice brighter blue eye scopes versus black. He's got a brighter yellow and green panels on his torso, and his feet are in a new molded color that's much closer to animation. So all that little subtle stuff coming together for your animated version droid.
Yeah, and another little nod toward the mural, or his 2 little friends, the brown loth cats. We really wanted to get a lot into these packs to make them extra special for rounding out that mural card back collection. And I think we've done that. These are both pretty deluxo versions of figures. Yeah.
And we had some fun with the photo shoots too.
Yeah, and the photos you can really picture how like they're just chasing each other around in the photos. I think they just came out super cute and really like fun and exciting and stuff, and just shows how posable the little characters are, especially like little loth cats and Chopper and everything.
Yeah, just composing all those
I can hear Chopper just like squealing, chasing the loth cats. Like you can have a lot of fun
our photographers do such a great job.
They bring it to life. It's amazing.
Yeah, shout out to those guys for really delivering.
They had fun, which is what this is all. This is what this is about. All right, same with all our other items today. Pre-order will start tomorrow, January 24th. This one is exclusive to Hasbro Pulse. For the markets that do not have Hasbro Pulse, this item will be available at the same retailers that fans use to back the HasLab. We've mentioned this last year as well, but specific to this item, this is a limited pre-order window. Pre-order will close on February 14th, Valentine's Day at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. So buy yourself that Valentine's Day gift. This item is not exclusive to HasLab backers. So even if you didn't back the HasLab, you are able to add Sabine and Chopper figures on those mural card backs to your collection. But for those that did back the HasLab, no worries, we're not limiting the total amount available. Each order itself will have a limit of 5 that we normally do on Hasbro Pulse, but we'll build to whatever orders are in before the pre-order window closes on February 14th. So all you have to do is to make sure you get your pre-order in by that date to get this item to complete the crew on mural card backs. And once pre-ordered, this item will be available fall of 2024.
Nice.
That's right. And pre-orders do start, like Jing said, on the 24th. So you have that time in there to build it or to buy those items. But I'm just saying, don't wait until February 14th, because I bet you most of you forget by then and then are upset that you didn't get it. Make sure you get in early and often on those. All right. Again, thank you to the amazing Star Wars fans out there. We can't wait to get Sabine and Chopper added to the collection. But that's it for reveals today, and we're going to end with a few pipelines that we have left to share for you. As a reminder, pipelines are a look further down the line on things to come. The official reveal on these will be coming at a later date, where we'll share all the details on the items like we've done elsewhere. So for these pipelines, we're going to start with retro. I think a lot of fans out there know we had the retro episode 1 pack announced as part of the Gift the Galaxy program in December last year. And we just recapped that at the beginning. You saw some of those photos. But 2024 is celebrating all the prequels. So pipelining a Pulse and Shop Disney retro pack with figures from episode 2 and 3 here.
And moving on to the...
Oh. Well, I was just going to say real quick. I'm curious how they do Grievous and retro collection. It's kind of be fun.
Vintage collection, and relevant as well to that prequels era, we have a multi-pack with a key moment just before Order 66 was executed at the end of Clone Wars Season 7. We saw Ahsoka and 3 trusty droids, R7A7, CH-33P, or Cheap, and RGG1, or GG. And these 3 really helped her escape from that horrifying event. And so these will be an Amazon exclusive. And a few single figure pipelines next. We have the red and tan version of the HK-87, also seen in the latest Ahsoka live-action series in her fight with those multiple droid styles. And then sticking with the Mandoverse troopers, we have as well, we're bringing a dark trooper to a single card back that's without his locker as a more collectible figure. And moving on to main characters this time from those entertainments, we have Ahsoka in her end-of-show white outfit. I like Ahsoka the White. And Mandalorian with his stolen jetpack from that hallway fight. As well, we have an updated Bo-Katan with her new signet pauldron. And last, but definitely not least, my favorite, we are announcing a deluxe Cobb Vanth with his iconic Boba Fett armor.
Yay, that's going to be an awesome one.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
More details on that to come, though.
Yeah.
Man, I'm excited for Cobb.
And moving on to Black Series, sticking with the Mandoverse, and also a deluxe pack pack with IG-12 Grogu and Anzellan. And then next we have a Mandalorian, a member of Bo-Katan's crew.
Wait, does he go in the middle? Okay, if he goes into like this, we talking. I don't need this guy, but you know, this I can dig that.
This is one of the Mandalorian Night Owls.
Okay.
He is going to be a Walmart exclusive. And then switching gears, going to gaming this time, we have a Jedi Survivor 3-pack. This is an Amazon exclusive. Sticking with the droids, though, this is another big one.
Figures we've had.
The Super Battle Droid. Then this is going to be a single release figure. We know fans want to be able to get just the classic standard Super Battle Droid, and this one will also be a fan channel exclusive.
Great. Last pipeline review for today, a Black Series role play this time, a key helmet we saw in Mandalorian Season 3, the Moff Gideon premium role play helmet. I want to speak to that so much. I'm sure you do, but...
Where's the figure? Vintage. Black Series. We don't have... Put it in retro. We don't have the figure. The helmet's exciting. I love that helmet. I'd wear that helmet all the time. But where's figure? Where's figure, Hasbro? Come Come on. So close.
Hold on, more details to come for that.
Super excited.
So there's a lot of good news coming later this year. Definitely tune in for future live streams. All right, that's it for today. We're so excited to start the...
Before this gets canceled out because of that. Music. All right. Well, here we have it. What do you guys think? That Droideka. That's beautiful. I love the Droideka. I think that's going to be a great figure. The Moff Gideon helmet, when that comes out. Whew, I just prefer that, there was a figure announcement for that one, but the helmet's cool. We're like 10% there. I don't like one piece of armor. Overall, it's okay. Good, small, quick. 2024 just pushing out some things. I think the Rex looked good. The Luke was good. You just can't really get too excited for figures we already have. The Mandalorian figure that they showcased for the vintage collection was cool because I love that cape. The cape really helped it, but overall, solid. I'd say solid 7 on these figures, and that's really just because the Droideka was like super awesome for me. What do you guys think? Did you get any figures that you wanted? What do you think? Was there somebody you really wanted to see? Is there a really big miss? Is there a really big hit here? Let me know. And again, anybody wants to go halfsies in on Sabine and Chopper, you can have Chopper. I'll take Sabine, but let me know. Call me. As always, may the Force be with you, and I will see you on the next one.